Hello everyone! So today, on this beautiful, wonderful day, we are going to be making some waterproof matches. So what I did is I picked up this container. Now this is $1. It's at the dollar store. These are strike-on box matches. So we're going to be using these today. Again, really cheap, really handy to have, and they work good. So you will also need some kind of a tin. I have these little handy crafty little things I picked up on Amazon, but you can use an Altoid tin if you want to. So something to stick them in is a must. I decided I'd also get some jute twine. Now this is what I've used for many other projects, and this also acts as spare tinder as well. You're going to need some kind of glue for this project. I liked using rubber cement glue, and this is how I did my boxes. Now I did pick up a candle, so I've got it in a double boiler, and here it is right here. So I've already got all my candle stuff melted. Just threw it in here and then put my whole container into a pot of hot water. What you will need to do is make sure you get your candle wax melted. That's going to be the first thing that you are going to need to do. I'm going to go ahead and stick this back on here because we're not ready for this part yet. So you're going to open up your box of matches, just like I have here. Just kind of tip the contents out, set that aside. You are going to need this strip. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out, just like so. And again, because I had my container in water, I don't want to let any of my other stuff get wet quite yet. I rhymed. Alright, so setting that aside, we're going to use it. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut this strip out as well. You can save these, but I chose not to. So I don't really need them for anything. Now in my tin, I wanted to see if I could put them on the side, but then that would just make it a little bit harder to strike my matches. So I decided putting them in the center of my lid, that will work a little bit better. I'm going to take my rubber cement glue and just, no, it's really tacky stuff. I'm just going to put just a little bit on the back, just like so. You don't need very much, just enough to stick it to the lid and have it kind of stay there. Alright, got that. I'm going to carefully, I think that's the straightest edge. I'll keep the two straighter edges up against each other. I'm going to go ahead and press this down, just like that, and that'll work good. I'm going to take my second strip and go ahead and put glue on the back of it as well. Just again a thin layer, because you don't want that glue to come up over that strip. You still want to be able to use it. There we go. It's kind of smooth on the back. I'm going to take my straightest edge and line it up with the first one that I glued down, and just kind of slide that right on up. Press it down, just like so. And there we go. Now I've got my lid all prepped and ready to go. Now I need my matches. This is where it's going to be a little bit trickier. You want to still make sure that you have your double boiler system going, because this part gets a little bit crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and just dump all my matches directly into my melted wax. You are going to need some room to do this, because when you pour these out, or pick them out with tweezers, give them a little shake so all the excess wax drips off, and just start putting them on your tray. Now you want to make sure that you don't get globs anywhere, because they won't stick in your container as well. If you do, they won't line up or be as nice and even. Now this wax will also prolong the life of your matches as well, so it'll kind of be like you're lighting a candle instead of just like a wooden stick match, which I love the wooden ones best. Now as this cools off, I am probably going to have to stick this back on a stove or on my double boiler, because as it cools it gets really thick, and I don't want to have a really thick coating of wax on my matches. It's just, again, it takes up more room than what I need to have done, especially for my small containers. So I'm just going to go ahead and just pull these all out. I know it's kind of time consuming doing it one by one, but it takes only a couple minutes for that wax to solidify on the matches. So it goes really, really quickly. There we go. Starting to run out of room here for that to dry. There we go. Take another one. Again, you have to shake that excess off, otherwise you're going to leave globs like this one right here. So when I pick that up, it's going to, oh, well, I guess it's decided to come off, so that's good. So I don't want those extra globs on there. It just makes them harder to wrap. Okay, almost done. Got a few more matches in here left. Excuse my hands a second. Gonna check and make sure I got everything. There's still one more match left. Right. Now see, I still have my candle wax or my wicks and stuff. You can actually just take this directly from wherever your source and just throw it in a container. It's all gonna melt. All that stuff will come out anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and stick my wax pot back into the pan. And here we go. Now we can start taking these back off, and they're ready to go. Here's that extra glob I was telling you about. I'm going to try and avoid that if you can. So that's why I kind of give them a little bit of a shake. Now it's not quite as pretty or as clean as some of these others. So that's how we do this. Now I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 one direction, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 the other direction. So now I've got a bundle of 10. 5 one way, 5 the other way. This is going to be a little bit easier to stack on a nice little bundle. Then I'm going to take my jute twine and take it right about there. Do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 5 wraps on that. I'll go ahead and tie just a little bit of a knot there. And tuck that all in. Make sure these are all lined up. And there I've got a very easy, tidy little bundle to put in my container. So that's kind of how I did these ones. I'm going to go ahead and set this aside. Now I'm going to set up doing a burn test. We'll be back. Alright, so we are back. I decided to go ahead and make up a bunch more of the waterproof matches. And I left some plain. And since I had the wax already melted, I thought might as well finish those out. Now, for your boxes, I might as well mention this now. These strips are not going to be waterproofed if you get that wet. And the tinder I threw in here, it's just like if you need it. So this is just a demonstration video anyway, but you can use Strike Anywhere matches and waterproof them the same way. It'll work just fine for you. So I'm going to go ahead and grab one of these plain old matches, and I'm going to take these waterproof matches, and I'm just going to go ahead and dunk them both in my mason jar of ice water. So stick that in there, maybe stir it around. So this should help you at least figure out what you might want to do, things you can do. But this is just an easy method of DIY stuff that you really can use yourself and will be beneficial for you if you have that need to. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take this one and try and light it. Oh, kind of lit. But it's out. So that is not going to be a stable flame at all. So we're going to take the one that is waterproofed. We're going to give it a go. Whoa, hi. Look at that. And as you can tell, it actually does hold a flame for quite a while. It doesn't burn the stick near as much, so it will prolong the life of your match. And it is a very stable flame. Give that a good shake. So this is something you can absolutely do. It'll work great. So instead of using cheapo matches like I did, just get yourself some Strike Anywhere matches, and that'll last much longer for you and be more beneficial. But for now, if you liked the video, you can come back for more DIYs and we'll have some more adventures later on. Bye now.